Hey folks, Daily Landsblog, 27th of July, 2019. I want to talk about these marks, not tattoos. What a terrible tattoo that would be. I was having a meeting with a guy and he kind of looks at my arm and he goes, "You get a tattoo?" And I said, "No, and I don't have a tattoo, but if I was getting a tattoo, I don't think it would just be these sort of four crappy lines."
Well,
Why?
if you were in prison, maybe.
In prison, you get great tattoos. What are you talking about? You get great tattoos in prison.
All right.
Especially, when you're down in your yard, you're pushing weights, like you're playing a little 3-on-3 basketball without your shirts on. I mean, this is what we do in prison, right?
You would know.
I would know. So, I had to explain what this was. And let me explain it to you. I mean, if you watch the Daily Landsblog, you probably have an idea what it is. But, people kind of look at me weird, and maybe it's not the marks on my arm at all, or maybe it is. So I wanted to tell you what this is and why I do it. Every time I have a bad day, I put a mark on my arm. I start the month with no marks on my arm. And here we are on the 27th day of the month, and I have 4 marks. And what does that mean? To me, that's wild success. To me, that's like better than I ever dreamed that I would have. If you've never felt depression, then you might say, well, like 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, whatever it is over the course of a month, and that's what I average, maybe isn't that good, because essentially you're kind of giving up those days. But when you've been where I've been and where I know many of you have been, only having 4 out of 27 is wild success. It's an incredible thing for me to be able to say 27th of July, 4 marks, and I want to shout it out, but I can't walk around doing that like I'm walking the dog going, "Hey everybody, 27th of July, only got 4 marks." I mean, that would be kind of embarrassing. But this makes that statement. This makes the statement. You can do it. All of this area with no marks, that is your hope. And it's incredibly powerful because that's what you need. You need that hope. If you have 27 marks on your arm, I'm telling you right now, there's a way to get here. But I'm also telling you right now, you can't get there without assuming the fight. You can't get there by leaving things on the table. You can't say, "I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go on medication. I'm not going to go for therapy. I'm not going to try whatever." Because I can tell you, without a word of exaggeration or a lie, that when I was at my worst, I would have done anything to get better. And maybe one of the ways to diagnose severe depression is to say to someone, "Hey, if someone offered you the chance to get better, but they said you got to give up one of your fingers," you just give me a shocked look there, Case?
No, actually.
Oh, I thought you went, "Whoa." So that's the question. I know that you're really struggling with depression. If I could wave a magic wand and take away your pain, but you had to give up one of your fingers, would you do it? And I think most of us would say, absolutely, 100%, hack it off, take anything you want, take 2 as a matter of fact. And if the answer is, "God, no, I would never do that," then, maybe you're not as sick as perhaps some of us have been. Let me know your thoughts about that. When you've been at your worst, and maybe you're at your worst right now, would you give up a finger to feel better? SickNotWeak.com, 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. We're here because who else would ask you? Would you give up a finger to get rid of your depression?